This is Pawn Drunk Boxer, a.k.a. Mr. Moonshine himself. Ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, God bless each and every one of y'all. And kudos to Sugarhill Store and Malik for doing a wonderful job with their fighters. Teaching, training, coaching. Y'all already know it was a historic event this past weekend. Tyson Fury knocking out Deontay Wilder in the 11th round. We already know, man. The whole world know it. But it was exciting, and both of these guys showed heart, grit, determination, and thanks for the tutelage of their trainer. Y'all already know in the sport of boxing, the trainers get they're the first one they blame if the fighter loses, right? Change the trainer, fire the trainer. He can't train for shit, and things of that nature. Unfortunately, man, you know how the boxing world, man, they really harsh. They really harsh with the trainers and the fighters. And then when the fighters do win, they get the last credit. You know, they get the last respect, the credit. Nobody give them the kudos and things of that nature. It's all about the fighters. And look, trainers out there, they sacrifice a lot, man. They sacrifice a lot. Their time, they're the first one in the gym, the last one out. They're also training other fighters. Look, it's a sacrifice to be a teacher, trainer, coach, and these guys implemented the teaching within their training. You know, there's a lot of trainers in the sport of boxing, but there's few teachers. And you could see that what Malik Scott did with Deontay Wilder, actually, he taught him, or retaught him, put it that way, or retaught him, because if you look at the fight again, the guy that was just known for having lesser skills than, let's say, Tyson Fury, who's everybody knows he got extreme skills, probably the best technical heavyweight in the sport of boxing, supreme feints, probably one of the best feints in the sport of boxing. Deontay Wilder came out with the jab. Deontay Wilder came out as the boxer, you know, as the boxer. Matter of fact, throughout the whole fight, if you really think about it, the guy that established the jab, the guy that established, you know, boxing 101. Let's not forget that even Steward was screaming at Tyson Fury, work the jab, do the basics, work the jab, you know, because Deontay Wilder was actually doing, he was actually doing what Tyson Fury normally did, especially in the first couple of rounds. Feinting, we rarely saw Deontay Wilder feint. He was feinting, he was throwing a jab in the solo plex, the straight right hand to the solo plex, not head hunting in the beginning, and then that's when you saw in the 4th round the knockdown, because now Tyson Fury is paying attention to that jab in the solo plex. If you really saw the in the 4th round, he hit that stiff jab, boom, to the solo plex, and then boom, boom, he came right back with a 1-2 up top. Because throughout the first couple of rounds, Tyson Fury is like, okay, he's hitting me, bomb, and stiff jab to the body, and this is what I wanted him to do on my analysis, on my technique analysis prior to the fight, when I was making my prediction. And it just happened like that. Go check out my last video. If you didn't check it out when you get the time. And Stewart, you know, he bring out the dog in Tyson Fury, and this is what it is. Malik Scott brought the boxer out of Deontay Wilder. Of course, you know, he got gassed out, but it was wonderful to see. So Malik Scott brought out the boxer in Deontay Wilder, and Stewart bring out the slugger in Tyson Fury, in which a lot of people before the Deontay Wilder series, everybody felt like, you know, Tyson Fury was boring, he's not a knockout artist and things of that nature, he's not that exciting. Of course, he beat Klitschko, but it wasn't an exciting fashion. But now Tyson Fury has become this exciting fighter. We're looking at a big guy that's not going to just tippy-toe around the ring and try to outbox you. He's going to demolish you. He's going to at you. He's going to outslug you and outbox you. And this is what I love, that we see that it's just not coaching. We see the teaching from these two guys, and these guys got to get the utmost credit, the utmost respect. And for those people that saying, yo, fire your trainer, look, Malik Scott did a wonderful job, and it's unfortunate that now Deontay Wilder is getting all this praise and all this credit when he loses. I mean, I want to make a video about, you know, certain fighters, especially great fighters like even Mike Tyson, now given he's an all-time great. I think Mike Tyson, Deontay Wilder needed you to say that before the loss. You feel me? He needed that love from the sport of boxing. Now, of course, Mike Tyson, one of the baddest of the planet, and more kudos, but I think he needed that support. And I don't believe Deontay Wilder really, truly had the support that he deserved in America by being this knockout artist, a knockout artist that brought back the heavyweight division, blew breath in the heavyweight division's lung. You know, woke him up from a coma. Deontay Wilder did that. He bring a course alongside with Anthony Joshua, but in America, Deontay Wilder woke up the heavyweight division, which eventually woke up the sport of boxing. So, got to give a lot of credit to Deontay Wilder. Got to give credit to Malik Scott. And also, because we still got to give credit, of course, to Mark Breland as well, because that 1-2 is the Mark Breland bread and butter. You feel me? So, look, more kudos to all the teachers that have worked with these two men. All the teachers, Ben Davison, all those teachers that have worked, Emmanuel Stewart, everybody that has built both of these fighters, so we could see what we saw this past weekend, which was a beautiful, beautiful fight. Gladiators, modern day warriors, modern day gladiators. I love them all. But let's give credit to the trainers. We need to start giving credit to the trainers. You understand what I'm trying to say? Understand their teaching, because a lot of the stuff, the trainers have a great game plan. Now, it's up to the fighters to execute the game plan. Now, when they don't execute the game plan, because maybe Deontay Wilder went away from the game plan. You saw when Steward was screaming at Tyson Fury, he went against he went away from the game plan as well. But that's when you have, of course, the experience of Steward adjusting, making Tyson Fury understand you need to adjust immediately and end this fight right now, in which he adjusted, and then we had to do in the 11th round, when the 6th, 7th round, he took the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, and the 9th, the 10th, and 11th. Deontay Wilder, in my opinion, he took the first round, the second round, got dropped in the 3rd round, got the 4th round, got the 5th round. So Deontay Wilder did great in the first half of the fight. He put up a great fight throughout the fight. Both of these guys, they got down, they got back up. And look, that's all. That's why I love boxing, man. I love boxing. It's when you see that type of fight, it's like watching, you know, it's life itself. I always say boxing is life itself. It's life itself. You know, you're going to go through adversity in life. Just like we saw. Both of these guys went through adversity and they got back up. And you might not win. You might not win. But like I always say, it's not if you win and if you lose, but it's how you win and how you lose. All you got to do is just prepare yourself in life. Prepare yourself. Be in position. Just be ready for whatever life, you know, is going to throw at you. You understand? It's all about preparation. Just like you got to prepare in the fight, you got to prepare in life. You know, you want a job, you want that job, and things of that nature. Go to school. Do what you got to do in school. Get your certificates. You get your diploma. Get your degree. You understand what I'm saying? And maybe when you're going for that job, you might not get the job. They might turn you down. But if you always in position, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it because you already did the work. You already prepared. So by the time you get that call, you already prepared for the job. Hey, people in a relationship. There's a lot of people that walk into the relationship not being happy, not prepared. Can't provide for the woman that you with, or provide the nurturing the woman that man needs. But if you're happy with yourself and you're good and you getting funds and you're healthy and things of that nature, you might be single, but then if that person walks in your life, you're going to be prepared for that relationship, because you are prepared to give that person that love. You are prepared to give that person that nurturing. You are prepared to protect that person and provide for that person emotionally, physically, and things of that nature. So it's all about preparation, and they did a great job to prepare these fighters in a tremendous fashion. So more kudos to Sugarhill. More kudos to Malik Scott. You did a wonderful job. Sugarhill might be Trainer of the Year. Trainer of the Year 2021. And more kudos, man. Love y'all. Keep on doing the good work. Keep on going back to your community and helping out the youth and things of that nature, because they just do more than these prestige and lucrative athletes that they do teach and do train. They got kids that they train. They got young amateur fights. It's just a beautiful thing, and we got to give our hats off to these trainers and these teachers and these coaches. They're just as important as the fighter. Love you. God bless, and on to the next.